Hello and welcome back to Serious About Salvage and another video on the channel. Now I recall promising in the last video that when I found a bumper for the Hyundai Kona, I would do a video on it, and well, it's only taken 3 months, but we have a complete bumper and it's even in colour, so that's been a really good lucky find. And I've only got one person to thank really, and that's a subscriber, Kevin, who managed to locate it for me only 30 minutes from where I live. They've only just got it and managed to get in there before they'd advertised it, because they go fast. I missed out on one a bit back, but we've got it and that's all that matters. So we've got the bumper and we've got a pair of headlights. So although this is going to be quite a short video to build this car up, there's very little time involved. I've got a couple of other cars I might show you that are ready to go if anyone's interested, and that's going to be about it. So just a little quick video for you, but it does feel good to finally have that bumper. It's been what, 12 weeks, maybe even a bit more, and this car's been sat here just gathering dust, and it'll be nice to see the back of it. It will. So we'll just have a turn around, have a little look over it, and I'm going to get on with it. So you have seen it before briefly. I showed you around it. There's no other damage to this car other than the fact that it's missing the bumper. So, like I said in the previous video, all I can suspect was the bumper stolen? I don't really know. We don't know the story with these cars. It is from auction. So yeah, it is what it is. The story is what it is, whatever it is. And we're here to put it back together. So DRLs are all fine. They all work perfectly fine. I bought this headlight brand new a while back because it came up at decent money on eBay. Just picked up this one with the bumper. Tabs are all perfect. Lens looks nice and clean. So they're a nice pair of headlights then. And the bumper in colour, complete, and that was the main issue with this. A few skins have been cropping up on eBay, but they just want like 300 quid for a skin, and then just the bottom grille could be another 300, and that's just the start of it. You've got the flap, which is its complete own separate thing. All this comes with it. There's a motor in the back, there's a lot involved in that, so they're not cheap. You got the parking sensors, all the loom for the parking sensors, various brackets in the back of here, even the badge, the black trims. There's a trim there, there's another trim inside there. There's this top piece, and the list just goes on, trust me. And to buy it all separate gets very expensive. I priced it all up, and like this was with a skin that wasn't the right colour. It was like £1,500. It ended up at something like that to buy all the bits separate. This bumper's cost 800, which is still quite a lot of money, but my hands were tied really. I didn't have much choice. It might have to be painted yet, but the fact that it's the right colour means it's a lot easier for them to paint it. There's a few marks on the bottom on this piece, so we're going to get it fit, see how it looks. And I mean, I'm not against getting another one of them if I have to, but we'll put it on and we'll see what it looks like. So that's really what we're going to do. So this will take no time at all. Like I said, I'm not doing the time lapse anymore, not for the time being. I really just don't have the time to mess about with the editing. But the headlights, they fit on really nice and snugly. You've got 2 fixings at the top, 2 at the bottom. Slide onto these 3 bars and fix to the bottom. Something. I don't know if I'll manage it with it. with one hand, but we'll give it a go. One second, the wiring is the perfect place to stop it going on. There, like that. They just slide on. 2 nuts and 2 bolts, plug it in, headlight's done. Bumper's going to slide on, fix across the top, boom, 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 boom. It's going to fix, it's going to clip into that. There will be a fixing somewhere. I need to push that back in. Yeah, simple job. I'll get it put together and then we'll have a look at it all done. Back on the road, on the floor. And hopefully all the cords go with the loom plugged in and stuff, and it'll be ready for a good polish, because it's it's been sat around a while and all the paint feels all rough and would really benefit from a good polish up. And there we go, done. Bumper's on, lights are in. Checked all the lights, they all work. Bumper obviously lines up really well. No issues at all there. And I'm pretty happy with the condition, to be fair, now. Now it's on, there's some scuffs underneath, but they're not visible, and the new one will probably want to get scuffed again anyway. So I'm actually quite happy with how it's ended up. It all needs a good clean. So like I said, it's been sat around ages, this car, so the rest of it is pretty dirty, but yeah, a good looking car these actually, with the bumpers on. They look quite modern. The only issue now we've got left on this is it's got a radar calibration error. Now it's saying low tyre pressure as well. It was a minute ago. It has got shut the door. That's not annoying. Let's put a bit of air in that tyre. It's forward system, check forward safety systems, check smart control system. It's the radar basically. I've scanned it and it says there is an alignment issue, which isn't a surprise really, but I mean it all moves, everything drives, we knew that anyway. I will just have to go and take it to someone to do the alignment on the radar, because you need some hardware to do it, and certain scanners and stuff. Other than that, it'll be done then. But it's a nice car, nice little car. Got quite into these electric cars recently. Not for everyone, I guess, but yeah. Phone ringing. So yeah, it is a finished vehicle, except for getting the radar, but I won't bring it back onto a video now. What I will do briefly is just bring in another couple of cars that I've got finished and about to go up for sale, just in case anyone is interested. We'll finish off this video then. Right, here's the first one for you. It's a Audi A3 S-Line. It's a 2022 car, I think. Pretty sure, on 71 plate. 1 litre petrol, manual. Stunning looking car. This has never been in a crash. It's not a categorised car. It's not been through Salvage auction. This is a, I wouldn't say fleet disposal, because it was owned by Volkswagen Financial Services themselves. I presume it was some pool car of theirs. So it's direct from Volkswagen. It's still got Volkswagen on the logbook. Only keeper from new. There's not really a mark on it. It's a very clean car. It's got brand new Michelin Pilot Sport 5 tyres all round. It's got brand new discs and pads all round. I actually really like it. It's a stunning car. It's a beautiful looking car. I've been driving it around a bit actually, and yeah, it's 1 litre. It's not no rocket shit, but it gets going just fine. Just going around the back. Yeah, it's a clean car. It's got all the virtual dashboard in it. These lovely S-line, like half buckety kind of seats with a solid headrest. 2 keys, full Volkswagen service history, absolutely everything it's ever wanted. The only downside to this car, it's got a few miles on it. It's got 115,000 miles on it. Now it does sound quite a lot for a 1 litre that, but if you have a look on eBay, there's lots of them with way more on. So they do seem to be good for it. And I mean, worst case, with these cars, you can pick these 1 litre engines up on eBay with like 4,000 miles on them for less than £1,000. So if it did ever blow, pop, whatever, it would be, and because they're only a little 3-cylinder, they're so easy to swap. It would only cost about £1,000 to put another engine in it. I know it sounds a bit extreme, but the car, like I said, it's all keyless. It's got all the virtual dashboard. Let me just figure something out. All your nav and everything. It's not flashing in person, it's just a camera. This all changes obviously to all your different views. I don't know, but it's a really nice car. Drives really well. Like I said, 1 litre manual. It's just got a few miles on it, but it's been obviously very well looked after. There's logbook with it, 2 keys, and like I said, a full service history printout showing everything it's ever had. Yeah, all by Huddersfield Audi, side looks of it. That's Huddersfield Audi. Yeah, it's all Volkswagen, Huddersfield Audi, all the way back. It was serviced, what, 1,500 miles ago? Yeah. So, it's actually a cracking car, but like I said, just a few miles on it. But it doesn't feel like it when you drive it. It's got cruise and everything. And like I said, worst case, these engines are so cheap, and they're cheap because no one has to change them, because they do last. They're a good engine. But yeah, just a little 1 litre 3-cylinder. They are a chain driven engine. So no concerns with any belts or anything. I like it a lot. If it was an auto, as I've said a million times, I'd probably have let my missus keep it, but no need for this car. So that's that one. I'll bring in the next. Right, the second car. It is a Polestar 2. It's on a 73 plate, but this is a model year 2024, and you can tell that because the grille is the new, more modern blanked grille rather than the actual, what would look a bit more of a conventional grille before. This is a salvage repaired vehicle. I think it's Cat S, I'm pretty sure, and it was this corner here. It's the original bonnet, original grille. Yeah, the bumper skin's been changed, headlight and wing. They had a little bit of suspension damage. No airbags had gone. It was still running and driving, so it wasn't a bad bump. And it's a beautiful colour. It doesn't really come out properly on the camera. It's a bit, maybe it does. It's a bit hard to tell, but no, it's a nice colour. This is a top spec Pilot Plus vehicle. So it's got the pan roof, it's got the adaptive cruise, the steer assist. It's got everything. It is the rear wheel drive single motor, 69 kilowatt hour battery, 200 kilowatts. So you're talking 275 brake horse, aren't you? And yeah, it's a beautiful looking car, to be fair. There were no damage anywhere else. Like I said, it's a 2024. It's only got 20,000 miles on this one, and it's got a bit of a lighter interior in it as well. Well, there's the pan roof. In terms of inside, I think if you remember my other one, it's exactly the same in here. Just a bit. Everything's just a bit lighter. All the nav, everything on there. Obviously, it's not showing much miles because it's not been anywhere. It's just in and out of the unit, so it's not had a chance to calibrate. But they are good for over 200 miles. It's bloody hot. Yeah, it's a cracking car actually. It drives really nice. It doesn't look like it's ever been sat in the back or the passenger seat. I mean, there's no real wear on the driver's seat. 40 degrees in my unit. Fuck me. Sorry. Yeah, it's a good car. Really nice car. The story behind this one, I sold my grey one. Went out and bought this at auction, and I was midway through repairing it, and someone come along who needed something, and he wanted this. So I agreed to let him have it when it were done. So I went out and bought another car for myself, which is a Volvo C40. I got a twin motor, so the 410 horse one, that's outside. I bought that, and that got here. And just before I finished this, unfortunately, the buyer bailed on me. Not for any fault of the car, he'd seen the car. Some change of circumstances, like his work, meant he couldn't go through with the purchase. So I've ended up with this and the Volvo C40. So yeah, I would have more than happily been more than content with this car, but when you can have a four-wheel drive one with 410 horse, this isn't slow by any means, but I like the Volvo. It's a bit more sat up, the C40 as well, a bit more SUV. But this is a great car, stunning car. It's got all the trim under there, nothing's missing, all the trunk. It's a good one, yeah. Obviously dirty. It's only just come back from paint shots, so all the polish and paste and stuff's all over it. But anyway, yeah, that's it really. The Kona is done and dusted, barring some radar alignment. And yeah, I've got the Polestar and I've got that Audi outside. So yeah, if anyone's interested in anything, usual means of contact is seriousabousalvage@gmail.co.uk. I think it might be .com. It's on the channel somewhere it does tell you. But for now, until I decide to do another video, cheers for watching, and I'll see you next time.